also, and Gerry touched on it, I just want to thank people for their great kindness to me and to my family over the last month or so. And I've been moved especially. This has been, I mean, there hasn't been a day that I have been in public that at least one person, and sometimes it has been as many as 4 or 5 people, have come to me and said to me, I have exactly the same problem in my family, or we had this problem, or been there, done that. So I just want to commend those people because it's been very moving. And now there's a lot more disclosure about child abuse, which was a taboo subject for a long, long time. And I think that's a good thing. And the first words are very hard to say. You know, just to say it. And I remember over the Christmas period, because at some time in my own, after speaking about my father, saying to myself, what have I done? And they're also very hard words to hear. But I think in the longer term, even though it's very traumatic, in the longer term, to get rid of this culture of concealment is going to be very good for everybody. It's going to bring about a society which is educated, that's informed, that has proper and enlightened and competent protections for children and processes for dealing with victims and persecuting perpetrators. The issue of child abuse and of violence in the home permeates and affects all sectors of our society. There isn't one class, one creed, one section which is immune from it. I was just thinking when I was listening to Katrina recapping some of the media treatment of this community, and it just struck me that at some time, if I get space, I'm going to give a lecture on the media coverage of my situation. It's the most frustrating thing ever. I spent last night with senior counsel. They can publish anything. They can publish total untruths. When you bring it to their attention that it's untrue, they then put in a little weasel word to cover themselves. They can publish without even talking to you, great detail, and put in one clause, the one clause being, Gerry Adams denies this. And then they give you 10 column inches of the most lurid rubbish and lies and untruth. So there's a whole job of work to be done in terms of trying to get a sensible debate on these issues. And as a public representative and as a human being and as a citizen, I'm very open to public scrutiny. I know I have a responsibility. I don't hide away from all of that. But it's just been revealing to me how the libel laws protect the most powerful. Even to take a libel case, you need to have in your back pocket £440,000 to take a libel case. You need to be able to account for $220,000 in case you lose, and then $220,000 for your own case. So just that's, I didn't mean to say all of that, but I spent last night in Dublin with very rich lawyers, and there you go. Now, it's also very important, there is a life beyond abuse. Really important. People obviously are damaged, people obviously are fragmented, people obviously are fragile. But with love, with proper therapeutic support, with understanding, with proper legislative protections, victims can become survivors and go on to live happy and fulfilled lives. And that's our duty as a society and as individuals to empower them to do this. I wouldn't normally deal with the issue of abuse at a conference like this. I would deal with it in other forums, and it just struck me that maybe that's part of the problem, that we should be intelligently discussing these issues wherever it's appropriate. And that also requires a very genuine public conversation about all the issues involved. So sin and Med's beag faoi na ruddy sin.